Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the hottest news from the world of technology. Today, we've got something exciting to discuss: Apple. Yes, the tech giant that has revolutionized the way we live, communicate, and even take selfies. In this video, we'll dive deep into Apple's financials and key indicators to give you a comprehensive understanding of their performance. So, let's get started. First up, let's talk about the price-to-earnings ratio (PER). The PER TTM, which stands for price-to-earnings ratio trailing 12 months, is a metric used to gauge a company's valuation. In Apple's case, it's currently 29.80, indicating investors are willing to pay around 29.80 times the company's earnings per share (EPS) for its stock. Looking ahead, we have the PER FWD, or price-to-earnings ratio forward. This ratio takes into account future earnings estimates. Apple's PER FWD stands at 26.79, suggesting positive expectations for the company's growth and profitability in the coming months. Now, let's talk about the PEG ratio, which stands for price/earnings to growth. The PEG ratio combines the PER with the expected earnings growth rate. For Apple, the PEG ratio is 3.72, indicating a higher valuation relative to its growth prospects. Keep in mind that a value below 1 is generally considered favorable. Moving on, we have the return on equity (ROE), which measures a company's profitability relative to shareholder equity. Apple's impressive ROE is a staggering 165.7%. This means that for every dollar of shareholder equity, Apple generates a return of about $1.66 in profit. Next, let's discuss the return on assets (ROA). The ROA reveals how efficiently a company utilizes its assets to generate profit. Apple's ROA is a solid 27.6%, indicating the company effectively generates profit from its assets. Now, let's shift our focus to the earnings per share (EPS). The EPS measures the company's profitability on a per-share basis. Apple's EPS is $5.89, reflecting the portion of their profit allocated to each outstanding share. Looking ahead, we have the EPS next 5 years, which estimates the expected growth rate in earnings per share over the next 5 years. Apple's EPS next 5 years is projected at 8.02%, indicating a positive outlook for the company's profitability in the future. Now, let's talk about dividends. The dividend yield is a percentage that represents the dividend income investors receive relative to the stock price. Apple's dividend yield is currently 0.55%, meaning investors receive 0.55% of the stock's price as dividends. This meant almost $1 a year in dividends in 2022. Moving on, we have the operating margin, which reveals the profitability of a company's core operations. Apple's operating margin is a healthy 29.2%, indicating that a significant portion of their revenue translates into profit. Next, we have the profit margin, which assesses a company's profitability after accounting for all expenses. Apple's profit margin stands at an impressive 24.5%. This means that for every dollar of revenue generated, Apple retains around $0.245 in profit. Now, let's take a closer look at the evolution of Apple's profits and income over the last 5 years. And guess what? It's been incredibly positive. Apple has experienced significant growth and profitability, showcasing their ability to adapt, innovate, and capture the market's attention. But it's not just the recent past that matters. Let's talk about the price return of Apple over the last 52 weeks. For Apple, the price return over the last 52 weeks is a solid 22.01%, which means that if you had invested $1,000 on May 31, 2022, today you would have $1,220.1 without taking into account dividends received. Now, let's take a moment to discuss Apple's market capitalization, or market cap. This metric represents the total market value of a company's outstanding shares. And hold on to your seats because Apple's market cap is a staggering $2.76 trillion. To put that into perspective, Apple's market cap is larger than the GDP of many countries combined. It's a testament to their success, market dominance, and the trust investors have in their brand and products. So, there you have it, Apple's financial performance in a nutshell. With impressive indicators like PER TTM, PER FWD, PEG, ROE, ROA, EPS next 5 years, dividend yield, operating margin, profit margin, and a consistently positive evolution of profits and income, it's no wonder Apple continues to be a powerhouse in the tech industry. But remember, financial metrics are just one piece of the puzzle. Apple's success is also driven by their relentless pursuit of innovation, their dedication to user experience, and their ability to create products that captivate the world. That's it for today's video, folks. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Apple's financials, and please remember, investing in growth stocks can be an exciting journey towards building wealth, but it requires careful planning and research. Stay informed, be patient, and make wise investment decisions. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more exciting finance content. Until next time.